4 marks questions from the chapter Reproduction. Let us go to the questions. The first question, explain the different modes of asexual reproduction with examples. Here we can explain any 4 or 5 methods. The first one is fission. Splitting of an organism into 2 or more cells is called as fission. Example, amoeba. The second method is budding. A growth on a body surface as a bud and developing into adult one is called as budding. Example, yeast. The third method, fragmentation. Growing cells from a piece of a parent organism is called as fragmentation. Example, sporangia. The next one is regeneration. Developing whole body structure from a part of the body is called as regeneration. Example, planaria. Parthenocarpy. The development of female gamete into zygote and in turn new organism without fertilization is known as parthenocarpy. Next question. Explain the different natural vegetative propagation methods with examples. The answer is developing new plants from the vegetative parts is called as vegetative propagation. The vegetative propagation may take place either with the leaves, stem or roots. Let us see now. Leaves. The new plants go from the leaf edges. Example, bryophyllum. Then stem. The stem may give rise to new plants in the form of stolon, bulbs, corns, tubers and rhizomes. Example, jasmine, onion, potato, ginger, corn, etc. Next, root. Some of the plants develop from the roots. Example, carrot. Let us go to the next question. Write the differences between sexual and asexual reproduction. The question may also be asked as, there are 2 modes of reproduction in the view of formation of gametes. What are they and what are the differences? Let us see the answer. For this, let us draw a table with sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction on either side. Gametes are formed in sexual reproduction where no gametes are formed in asexual reproduction. There is fusion of gametes in sexual reproduction, but there is no fusion because there are no gametes formed. So, there is no question of fusion of gametes in asexual reproduction. Then, the fusion results in zygote in asexual reproduction, but as there are no gametes and there is no fusion of gametes in asexual reproduction, there is no question of zygote formation. In sexual reproduction, there is scope for variation, but in asexual reproduction, there is no scope for variation because the genetic material will not be exchanged in asexual reproduction. Male and female organisms or male and female reproductive systems are involved in sexual reproduction, but in asexual reproduction, there is no question of male and female concerns. Single organism is involved. Next point is, it majorly occurs in higher order organisms and asexual reproduction majorly in lower order organisms and also in some higher order plants. Next question. Write the differences between mitosis and meiosis. The question may also be asked as, the cell division varies in somatic cells and germ cells. How? For this also we need to draw a table with mitosis and meiosis on either side. Let us see the differences. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells, whereas meiosis occurs in germ cells. Meiotic results in 2 daughter cells. As a result of mitosis, 2 daughter cells are formed, whereas meiosis results in 4 daughter cells. In mitosis, the number of chromosomes does not change in the daughter cells. Means the number of chromosomes in parent cell is equal to the number of chromosomes in daughter cells. But in meiosis, the number of chromosomes is reduced to half. And mitosis occurs in 4 steps. But meiosis occurs in 2 stages involving 4 steps in each. In mitosis, genetic information is not exchanged, but in meiosis, genetic information is exchanged. There is exchange of genetic information between the sister chromatids. Then mitosis helps for the growth and repairing the damaged parts, whereas meiosis helps for the formation of gametes. Next question. Look at the diagram and answer the following questions. Let us see the questions. What does this diagram indicate? This is binary fission in paramecium. Next one. Name the organism that is present in this picture. Just now I have told it is paramecium. Next question, in which type of organisms is this process found? In general, it is found in unicellular organisms. and give examples for other organisms which show this process. Unicellular organisms like bacteria, euglena, amoeba, etc. Next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following questions. There is an artificial vegetative propagation method. We need to answer the questions. What does this diagram indicate? It is grafting method of artificial vegetative propagation. Next question. How many plants are involved in this method of propagation? Observe the diagram. There are 2 plants involved in this grafting. Next question. How the plants are differentiated? The plant which is in the soil is called as stalk and the graft is called as scion. Next question. What is the advantage of this method? It helps us to develop the desired varieties of plants in one plant. Next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following questions. What does this diagram indicate? It indicates the asexual reproduction method through spore formation. Name the organism seen in this diagram. It is Rhizopus. Next question. What is the black ball structure which is seen in the diagram? It is the sporangium in which the spores are produced. Next question. How do these organisms spread? When the sporangium bursts, the spores spread on the land or the food or the soil. Under favorable conditions, they germinate and produce new individuals like new hyphae, the small strain-like structures called hyphae through which the sporangium forms. Next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following questions. What is this diagram? And label the parts. It is the male reproductive system. The parts are, this is the testis, epididymis, vasa deferens, seminal vesicles, prostate glands, urethra and penis, and also the urinary bladder. Next question. Which part of this picture produces sperms? It is the testis. Next question. What is the hormone secreted in this system and what is its importance? Testosterone hormone is released in this testis and it promotes the production of sperms as well as the growth of or development of secondary sexual characters. Next question. What is the function of A and B? There are 2 parts indicated as A and B. What are the function of them? A is the seminal vesicle which secretes seminal fluid. It is the energy source for sperms. Whereas B is the prostate gland which secretes a secretion which activates the sperms and supply the nutrients. Next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following question. What is this diagram? And label the parts. This is female reproductive system. The parts are ovary, funnel, fallopian tube, uterus, cervix and vagina. Next. Where does the process of ovulation occurs in this system? The ovulation occurs in the ovary. Ovulation refers to the ovule formation. It occurs in the ovary which are located on either side of the uterus. Next question. What are the hormones that are produced in this system? There are 2 hormones. Estrogen and progesterone are produced in ovaries. Next question. Where does the fertilization take place in this system generally? The fertilization takes place in fallopian tube. Next question. Where does the embryo develops in the baby? Where does the embryo develops into the baby in this system? The embryo development is facilitated by the uterus. So the embryo develops in the uterus. Next question. How the sperm cell is structured to perform its function efficiently? The human sperm cell consists of head, middle part and tail. Observe the diagram here. The head is equipped with the acrosome which helps in penetrating into the ovum. The middle part contains number of mitochondria to provide energy for its movement. And the long tail helps in vigorous movement. This is how the structural organization of sperm cell facilitated to perform its function better. Next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following questions. The questions are, what does this diagram indicate? This diagram indicates the cell cycle. Next question, what do the different stages represent in this chart? The different stages in this chart represent the different stages in cell cycle, such as G1 is gap 1 phase, S is synthesis phase, G2 is gap 2 phase, and M is mitotic cell division phase. Next question, which phases take longer duration? It is G1 phase and S phase, nearly 10.5 hours, 10.5 hours each. Next question, which phase is the lowest duration? It is M phase, mitotic cell division phase. Next question, in which phase size of the cell increases? The size of the cell increases in G1 phase. In which phase DNA synthesis takes place? It takes place in S phase. Next question, in which is between the end of DNA replication and cell division phases? It is G2 phase. And finally, in which phase the cell division takes place? It is in M phase, mitotic cell division phase. Go to the next question. Observe the diagram and answer the following questions. The question is, write the stage of fetus in this diagram. The stage of fetus in this diagram is shortly before the birth. Label the diagram. This is the placenta, which is attached to the uterus, and this one is amnion, umbilical cord, and this is the baby, and finally the cervix. Next question, what is the fluid present around the fetus and what is its function? It is the amniotic fluid present around the fetus. It protects the fetus from minor mechanical injury from outside. Next question, name the organ that helps in providing nutrients to the fetus from mother to baby in this picture. It is the placenta. Next question, observe the diagram and answer the following questions. What does this diagram indicate? This diagram indicates the LS of flower showing all parts of a flower. And label this diagram. I have given A, B, C, D and all. Observe the parts. A is the stigma, B is the anther, C is the petals, D is the stamen, E is the style, F is the sepals, G is the ovary. Observe the diagram and the labeling carefully. Next question, what are the essential and non-essential parts of this diagram? The androecium and gynoecium are the essential parts, whereas sepals and petals are non-essential parts of this flower. Next question, what is the use of non-essential parts? The sepals protect the internal parts and petals help in attracting the insects and birds that help in cross-pollination. These two are non-essential parts, but they may not directly participate in reproduction, but they help the plant, they help the flower in other sense. Next question, what are the different parts of gynoecium? It is the ovary, style and stigma are the three different parts of gynoecium. Next question, where are the pollen grains are produced? They are produced in anther. What happens if such structures do not exist? It means what happens if flowers do not occur in plants? If flowers do not exist, many plants may not reproduce to give new plants. So the plants species may be eliminated from the earth. Next question, observe the diagram and answer the following questions. What does this diagram indicate? This is the structure of the ovary, and it includes all the whole gynoecium, but it especially explains the structure of ovary and inside the ovule and embryo sac. And label the parts. A is the stigma, B is the style, C is the ovary, D is the ovule, E is the gametophytic cells, and F is the embryo sac. Next question, how many ovules are there in this diagram? So there is only one ovule in the ovary. How many cells and nuclei are present in the embryo sac? There are 7 cells with 8 nuclei.